SSI benefits? It's insane. Can someone please just make it easy for me?
I'll help you through the entire process and make it easy for you.
I called Dr. Bill, and now my checks are coming in.
I know what to do to get you approved. Diamonds at their lowest price in decades. Natural GIA 1 carat under $15.90. 1.5, $29.90. 2 carat, $49.90. Thousands of diamonds and mountings, all guaranteed the lowest price. Don't miss these deals. The Jewelry Exchange Tustin.
Okay.
We
You've
are
been heavy
CBS
forever.
L.A.
We do it.
CBS L.A. at noon starts with breaking news.
We are following breaking news at noon. Mandatory evacuation orders and a flash flood watch issued in parts of Southern California. We've also issued a next weather alert as a strong storm drenches our area today. Hello and welcome to CBS L.A. at noon on KCAL-TV and streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. I'm Amy Johnson. We do have team coverage on this wet weather, beginning with CBS L.A. meteorologist Mary Jerica, who is tracking the conditions in your next weather forecast. Amy, we are continuing to see those flash flood warnings for our burn scar areas, and we've got a whole lot of storms still left to go. We've got about a good solid hour or two before we can clear at least the heavy rain consistently out of the area. This area of low pressure right now is off the coast, but we can really see it falling apart. Think of a braid loosening up. It was so tight about 2 hours ago, and that's why we saw some severe thunderstorm warnings. But now that's loosening up, and it is allowing for that energy to really dissipate. And we are seeing, of course, still rain, but the threat for more of that severe weather is starting to push towards the east. So let's take a look at what we have as we move forward. As I mentioned, we still have that flash flood warning for basically the entire San Gabriels as well as the foothills, and that is until 1 o'clock. That encompasses the Eaton burn scar, but honestly, I'm really impressed with the soil in these burn scars and how they have been able to contain this much water. We're talking up to 3 to 4 inches that have fallen in these 2 burn scars, and we have seen some mudslides, but it could have been a whole lot worse. So I'm really thankful that these were able to contain a lot of that heavy rain that has been falling since about 3 o'clock this morning. Looking at our live radar right now, we can see that this is continuing to push into more of a moderate to light rainfall event, except for our mountain communities as well as what's left of the cold front, which is really falling apart as it moves through Rancho Santa Margarita, and then we're starting to see snow around Mountain High, Redwood, and Big Bear now as we continue to see this rain until about 2. Now, I've got an hour-by-hour progression of this, Amy, as well as where those temperatures are going so that you're set up for the rest of your day into tomorrow morning. That's coming up. All right, Marina, thanks so much. Well, you know, a big concern, the burn area of the Palisades and Eaton fires. Before the storm hit, evacuation warnings were up due to the threat of flooding and mud and debris flows. CBS L.A.'s Jasmine Beal is in Altadena with a look at the conditions right now and an update from the L.A. County Fire Department. Jasmine. Yeah, hi, Amy, and good afternoon. So it's wet out here, and there has been quite a bit of rain. So I'm standing here at Loma Alta Drive and Windfall Avenue. I've seen a lot of LA County Public Works crews driving around and sheriff's deputies just keeping their eye on things. This is actually an area that was under that evacuation warning until noon due to the possibility of those mud and debris flows. And they wanted people who are back here living in their homes just to be ready to go if needed. Now, you see what I'm standing in, a lot of this mud that came down from above, and actually the muddy water that's staying out of the street is still flowing down here onto Loma Alta Drive. So all of this mud, I was just told by a public works crew, it actually came from a construction site up above that had piles of mud in this rebuilding process after the Eaton fire. And those piles of mud very similar to the one you see across the street, and all the rain here just washed it down. So they say it did not come from the mountain. They are still keeping their eye on things, but that's what's happening here because there is just so much ground that is dug up right as people try to rebuild after this devastating fire. You see all those sandbags as well. Folks busy stacking up sandbags where they can to keep this water from moving and flooding their garages and their homes, as they are right next to some burned out properties that are filling up with water. LA County had moved its mud flow forecast into phase 2, which means that there is a moderate risk now of these debris flows happening and flash flooding up there in the mountains, and all that debris, like we even see here from this pile of mud, but that could fill up these local streets. So they just want people to be careful. I did just speak to the LA County Fire Department Public Information Officer Fred Fielding. He's been driving around checking on things as well. So far, so good in terms of no major issues, but he talked about the threat that a storm like this brings after the Eden fire. And a storm, this is the first one that we've had in months. Take a listen.